Hola! This video is going to look at the no fault say construction in Spanish. The learning objectives are that you will explain the use of the pronoun se in the construction of the no fault say, correctly place the appropriate indirect object pronoun, me, te, le, nos, os, or les, after the se to identify the person to whom the event occurred, and properly conjugate the verb in the use of the no fault say construction. So what is this no fault say? In Spanish, often the speaker will take the blame off of themselves when something bad happens and put it out into the world. So instead of saying, yo perdí las llaves de la casa, I lost the keys to the house, instead they might say something like this: se me perdieron las llaves de la casa. It sounds like this in English: the keys to the house got lost. As opposed to saying, I lost the keys were lost. So here's how we construct the no fault say. We're going to start by using the indirect object pronoun to say to whom is the victim. Who is the victim here? We use the indirect object pronoun to name the victim first. So if it's yourself, you say me. If it's you, you say te. If it's him, her, or usted, le. If we are the victims, use nos. If it's you all in Spain, os. And if it's they or all of you in Latin America, use les. Next, you're going to use se out in front of the indirect object pronoun to take the blame off of that person or people. So it sounds like this: se me olvidaron las gafas. The glasses were forgotten. Not, I forgot the glasses. No, we want to take the blame off of me with the se and put it out there into the world. Se me olvidaron las gafas. Another example would be, se le cayó el vaso. The cup fell. Not, he dropped the cup. The cup fell on him, the poor guy. Se nos acabó el tiempo. We ran out of time. So there's a few steps to forming this no se construction. Again, we start with the indirect object pronoun. We use the appropriate indirect object pronoun to take the blame off of the victim. So if it's me, te, le, nos, os, or les. Then we put the se out in front. Obviously, that's the most important part. That's why these are called no fault se constructions. So you need the se, then you need the indirect object pronoun. And lastly, let's look at the verb in these sentences. The verb is always going to be conjugated for the thing or things that happened. So it's usually going to be in the past tense for the third person singular or third person plural. Look at the example, se me olvidaron las gafas. The verb olvidar has been conjugated for las gafas. They were forgotten. The verb's not conjugated for yo because I didn't forget the glasses. They were forgotten. So the verb is conjugated for las gafas. Se le cayó el vaso. The verb caer in this example has been conjugated for el vaso. The cup fell. The glasses were forgotten. Se nos acabó el tiempo. The verb acabar has been conjugated for el tiempo, not for nosotros. We didn't run out of time. Time ran out on us. So the verb acabar conjugated for time. So there's 3 steps. Again, choose the appropriate indirect object pronoun for whomever the poor victim is. Use that se out in front of it to take the blame off of that victim. And finally, conjugate the verb for whatever happened at the end of the sentence. Whomever or whatever it was that happened gets the verb conjugated for it. Some of the verbs that we commonly use with the no fault say construction are acabar, caer, escapar, olvidar, perder, quedar, or romper. Again, these verbs are going to work like gustar and molestar, encantar. They're going to take the third person singular or third person plural conjugation, depending on whatever happened in the sentence. Just a few more examples before we go. Couldn't have been my fault. Se me olvidó la tarea. A Juan se le cayó el teléfono. A Rosa y yo se nos acabó la batería de la cámara. A ustedes se les escapó el perro de la casa. Time to check yourself. Are you able to explain the use of the pronoun se in the construction of the no-fault se in Spanish? Can you correctly place the appropriate indirect object pronoun, me, te, le, nos, os, or les, after the se to identify the person to whom the event occurred? And finally, can you properly conjugate the verb used in the no-fault se construction? Adios!